What's up, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy Jared from the Name Legends Podcast. I got Mr. Winston Buckley from MetaRise. Welcome to the new show that me and him are both doing together. It's a partnership between our two organizations. Welcome to the show, sir. Co-host, I should say.
How you doing, man? It's a pleasure.
Good. All right, so it's been a while since you've seen me and this man on the same screen together. But since I got a great response from last time he was on the Land Your Legends show, I had to bring him back, and I approached him and asked him if he wanted to do the show together, create something so we get the message out to our people. So this is why we created the Crypto Connection. Kudos to Winston for creating that name, because every name I tried to create, it was taken. But so we here to do this. You got anything you want to say, Winston, to the people?
No, man, it's such a pleasure to be able to do this. Something that I love talking about. Something that I'm just grateful to be able to connect with you on, since you're connected to the city and gives me opportunity to tap back in and see what's going on down there. So hopefully this is beneficial to you all, and let's see what magic we can make happen.
Yes, sir. So the reason why we created this show is to give people knowledge about cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, as well as FinTech, which is financial and technology companies. So that is the reason why we created the show. So you all can ask us some questions, we can give you some answers, and we can even learn from you all as well. So for no further ado, Winston has this fire presentation for you all. And trust me, it is going to be fire. So if you got any questions, make sure you post in the comments. Make sure you like, follow, and share this. Get the message out. So off to Winston.
All right. So let me get this going. All right. Bear with me just a minute, y'all.
No problem.
All right, Jared. You can see me? Oh, I think I messed it up. Hold on, y'all. All right. How about now?
There we go.
We good to go?
Yeah.
All right. So this is something that I like to do on my channel, but we'll be doing this on this channel as well. So these are market updates. So we're going to be doing things covering some of the macro stuff that's going on in the market, tie that in with the global economy overall, and talk about projects as well. So again, Winston Buckley with MetaRise, formerly Buckley Tech Services. So we are rebranding to MetaRise. If you like what you see here, you can also check me out. You may see Buckley Tech Services. That was my traditional company, but again, we are changing to MetaRise, and we are on a number of different outlets such as Audius, Facebook, Theta, etc. Now, I got to do this disclaimer so that you don't come for me. We are not licensed financial advisors. Their opinions expressed are for informational purposes only and are not intended to provide specific advice or recommendations for any crypto or investment product. It is only intended to provide education about the digital world and financial industry. Please do your own research and consult a licensed professional if you plan to invest in the future. The views reflected in the commentary are subject to change at any time without notice. All right, since we got that out the way, so let's talk about some macro stuff. What's going on in the world? So if you didn't know, there's something that's called city coins, and certain cities have their own coin. So Miami is one of those cities that has their own coin, and they are actually giving away Bitcoin to their citizens. So if you are participating in the Miami coin and you have their specific wallet, then they are going to be giving away some Bitcoin. And New York City has their coin. They have New York City coins. So you're going to start to see city coins pop up across the nation. And I have these tweets up here from the mayor of Miami and from the mayor of New York. And they actually are going to start taking some or all of their paychecks in Bitcoin. So one of the things that was going on some years ago was people were criticizing me for talking about Bitcoin and crypto because they were saying that, well, there's no mass adoption, there's no real use case. But now you're starting to see governments, you're starting to see politicians receive their paychecks and entertainers receive their paychecks in Bitcoin, and cities themselves are using this as a revenue stream. So they have actually, since I think Miami released their coin in August, and they have raked in $21 million of revenue for the city. So obviously other cities are going to look at that, and it might be a New Orleans coin at some point, or ATL coin. So just look out for that. Now, across the pond in El Salvador has Bitcoin as actual legal tender in that country. And if you're El Salvadorian, if you download their Bitcoin wallet, you actually can get $30 in free Bitcoin in that country. Now, since they started doing that earlier this year, they've been buying Bitcoin, and now they have over 1,100 Bitcoin. And one Bitcoin is about $60,000 right now. So do the math, quite a bit of money. So you may be wondering, why would a country do something like this? Well, if you have any familiarity with currency in Latin American countries and second and third world countries, some of their currencies are not as stable, or they may be in so much debt to other nations that they just can't get from out of those loans. So moving to Bitcoin can actually be a source of financial freedom from them, from the IMF and the World Health Organization. But this is not a political show, but that may be a reason why, and definitely is a reason why other countries are doing so. So it may come here in the US as well. Now, I want to point out inflation, because we all feel it. And a lot of us don't even have a name to put to everything going up over time. But if you didn't know, that's inflation. And the consumer price index is what people look to specifically. But our inflation for the month of October was 6.2%. So we always get the report for the previous month, a month after, usually around the 10th of the month. And it was 6.2%. And that's the highest inflation since 1990. So basically, everything is on average 6.2% higher. Now, even though that's the average, that's the aggregate, this might be a little hard for y'all to see, but energy, for example, is 30% higher. Gasoline, all types, is 49% higher. Fuel is 59% higher. Pipe gas is 28% higher. Used cars and trucks, that's 26% higher. So even though it's 6% overall, in certain categories, you're seeing double digit. I mean, 30. When I got the renewal for our gas, our monthly gas bill, it was 40% higher. So that just goes to show how much things are increasing. That's because of the monetary supply. So the stock market is up and crypto is up, and we're going to touch on that in just a minute, but everything else is up as well. Now, for that reason, people are looking for yield. You know, the bank is giving you 0.5%. Credit union is giving you 1% on your savings. And you're just like, man, I'm losing. My job hasn't given me a 30% raise. So people are turning to CeFi and DeFi. So what's that? CeFi is centralized finance. DeFi is decentralized finance on the blockchain. And for one reason that people are doing that is because of yield. So here are some examples of centralized finance platforms like BlockFi, for example. So BlockFi is paying 9% on the first 40,000 of USDC, and USDC is a stable coin that's pegged 1-to-1 to the dollar. So if there's $1 US that's worth $1, one USD coin is worth $1, and it's 8% for over 40,000. Celsius is paying 10.02% for stable coins. Nexo is 8%. And there's other ones that, as you can see, are paying more than what the inflation rate is. So people are taking their money and they're like, I don't totally understand crypto, but if you're telling me that there's something that's pegged 1-to-1 to the US dollar and I can get 8% on that, then that's an easy sell. Now in DeFi, the yields are even crazier because you're actually providing liquidity. And so this is on the Solana blockchain, but one platform, which is Radium, you can see some of these yields are just crazy. 56.37% for this liquidity pool. I mean, there's some like this one, Caves/USDC is 1,493%. So obviously there's more risk the higher the yield is, but people are leaving traditional institutions because they're like, well, if I leave it in there, my money is just going to be 6% less just for sitting in there. But I can go over here and get a yield on the stable coin at 9 or 8%, or I can get 50% in DeFi. There's yields of 50,000%, but we won't talk about that today. That might be a later call. Now, because of that, stable coins have gotten a lot of total value locked. People are putting a lot of money into stable coins, and obviously it's gotten the attention of the government. So Biden administration has put something together called the President's Working Group, and that's a collection of the SEC, there's the IRS, there's all these financial regulatory bodies that are looking at stable coins and CeFi and DeFi. And one of the things that was stated in this report that just came out, the link is down there at the bottom if that's something that you want to read in your spare time. But they're saying that to address the prudential risks associated with the use of stablecoins as a means of payment, the agencies recommended that Congress act promptly to ensure that payment stablecoins are subject to appropriate federal prudential oversight. So basically, the government is saying we need to regulate and we need to have oversight over these stablecoins because they feel like it's a threat to the U.S. monetary system. And if you've done any research on how finance works and our monetary system, it's really not a lot that's backing it. So obviously, if something is growing so big that it's a threat to the current monetary system, obviously the government is going to turn their head and say, okay, we need to figure out how we can regulate this or even stop it. So now we're going to transition into some crypto projects and talk about crypto specifically. So I like to start from the broad view and then drill down because it all ties in together. You need to see the overlap. So I touched on Solana and just the DeFi part of Solana, but Solana is a blockchain. It's a layer 1 blockchain. And because there's so much yield, banks, people like you and I, hedge funds, there's pension funds, they're trying to figure out, okay, how can we get in this space? You know, we have to make sure that our funds is keeping up with this inflation. We're looking at paying out pensions for 10, 20, 30 years. We're looking at growing our finances or our shareholder equity. So what can we do? So there's one finance company or trust company, Standard Custody and Trust. So they are kind of like a bridge for institutions to invest in Solana. Now, I invite you in your spare time just to look up what Solana is and all the innovation that's happening on Solana. It's one of those projects that I'm really excited about because so many projects have started to build, on Solana. So much innovation is going on, and the price of the token itself has just exploded. So I highly recommend.
I got a question.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. What you got?
Solana, so you can put you have to transfer. So if somebody wanted to get into Solana, they have to transfer their money into a wallet. Okay,
exactly.
Go straight to their website and upload or deposit their money into it.
Exactly. So you need a wallet that can interact with the Solana blockchain. So one wallet, for example, will be the Phantom wallet, and there's a number of different wallets that you can interact with on the Solana blockchain. So the blockchain is the platform, and within the Solana ecosystem, one part of that is DeFi, and there's different protocols, different websites that you can go to and put your money into a DeFi protocol to gain yield. So you think about the blockchain itself. So Solana is a blockchain. That's like your interstate, and then you have your applications, your buildings, and your houses on top of that. And that's those platforms like Orca and Radium and some others. So yes, you do need a wallet that's specific to the Solana blockchain to interact with that protocol.
Okay, cool.
All right. So banks. So banks, they figure, okay, we're starting to lose market share to decentralized finance, to centralized finance, to crypto. And banks have been investing as well into crypto. Visa, MasterCard, American Express, behind the scenes, they've been doing a lot. And really not even behind the scenes. If we just take a little bit of time, go to CNBC, go to Fox Business, if, whatever your political affinity is, just go there and go into the tech section and go there. I mean, there are crypto sections on there now. So it's out there. We just need to take a little time to read. But MasterCard has been doing a number of things. So MasterCard they're saying that soon that any bank in the US is going to be able to offer a custodial wallet for people, for you and I. So you can go to Bank of America or Chase Bank, for example, and have your crypto wallet with them. They know that people are opening crypto wallets left and right. So the bank is like, okay, what can we do about that? So MasterCard is going to be that layer for that. And then also they are partnering with Bakkt, and Bakkt is an exchange. Is actually under ICE, the International ICE, International. I forgot the ICE. I'm gonna come back. Let me write it down. Let me write it down. Why I got a brain freeze. But
what it's called again? I can look it up. What it's called?
Like ICE. It's the same company that governs the New York Stock Exchange. And so BACT is basically the crypto arm of ICE. And so you look at the New York Stock Exchange, and they have obviously all the different types of stocks and different derivatives and different type of equity products that can be traded on there. BACT is the crypto version of that. And so MasterCard and BACT is offering that for institutional investment as well. So MasterCard is doing it both on the commercial side and the individual side, because they know that people are going to be transacting in crypto one way or the other. So they are building that infrastructure for that. All right. Now, crypto.com is, they're based in Hong Kong, but crypto.com has an app on both iOS, and they have an app on Android as well. And then they have their actual website. But crypto.com is making a lot of different noise. So I just have some pictures here, some certain things just to give some visuals. But they're number one on the App Store for iOS, for Android, excuse me. So Google Play, they're the number one downloaded app right now. And that's not by just happenstance. So they have done a number of things recently. One is they have what's called their Chronos mainnet that they just released. And so that's a bridge between CeFi and DeFi. We talked about CeFi and DeFi before. They have their own token, which is the CRO token, which is used on their mainnet and used for a number of different things, for staking, for yield. It's paid in rewards on the crypto.com credit card. So there's an actual physical credit card that you can use to make payments. And they partner, and they actually bridge with other blockchains as well. Now, I'm going to go to this website here, which is their website, just to pull up some of their partners. And another reason that crypto.com has made so much noise and they have so much awareness is just some of their partners. So as you can see from this video, you see UFC, you see the NHL, you see soccer, you see the NBA, you see racing. So you're going to start to watch a lot of sports, and I've been seeing it already. If you've been watching basketball games, you might have seen crypto.com on basketball jerseys. So like on the 76ers jerseys, you might have seen it watching SEC football at the halftime. So here are some of their partners. Again, UFC, 76ers, Twitch. Twitch is big in gaming. So anybody that's gamers out there, you know how big Twitch is.
Yeah, crypto.com about to ain't they about to rename a stadium after them? Arena.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is. Yeah.
Staples. Yep.
Staples Arena. Yeah. You about to call it crypto.com.
So just think what that's doing for awareness. You know, people that don't even know what crypto is, you're seeing your favorite UFC fighter, crypto.com. You go to a basketball game, crypto.com. You might be into NASCAR racing, crypto.com. You go watch a soccer. I mean, what this is bringing, again, is awareness. And so for that reason, their token has just exploded in price over the past few weeks. And that's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. So just wanted to point that out, and why you might want to pay some attention to it. Also, just the rewards.
Let me talk about crypto.com right quick. It's one of the ones I use to trade certain coins, because some coins are not available on certain other apps. So I use crypto.com to trade some coins as well. With crypto.com, I don't know if people are unaware. I'm sorry, people are aware, is that you can apply for a Visa card, debit card, and you can use your money or your crypto, your balance on the debit card. So you use it like a regular credit card. So if you got money sitting in crypto, you can use on crypto.com. You can apply for a credit card. You can get reward points too. They got different levels that you can do. I just actually just got my card today. I haven't tried it out yet, but I can use that to make purchases. So I know people were wondering, how can you buy crypto? How you can buy something crypto? That's one way you can do. Use crypto.com, but I know other exchanges and organizations and apps going to start doing the same thing. So just a little FYI.
Absolutely, yeah, man. That was right on time. So that's been one of the criticisms people are just like, well, some people don't even believe that, crypto is real. They're just like, it's fake money. I don't trust it. I'm not throwing any shade because I've actually taken his courses, but Dave Ramsey, he's really like just against crypto altogether. And I've listened to his show at times, and people call in and they talk about their earnings in Bitcoin and this and that. He's like, well, can you spend it? Can you exchange it for money? Like, he doesn't even believe that that's real. So one reason that crypto.com, to your point, has exploded is because they're one of the first to market with an actual credit card. And so you can take your CRO, or you can take your Bitcoin or your USDC and swipe it, and then the rewards that they pay you back in the CRO. I mean, just imagine getting paid in something and that goes up in value. Exactly. So there's nothing out there. Crypto rewards are not like anything else. I mean, there's a reason why there's all these companies are coming out like AMC, and it's not there on Amazon yet, but trust and believe it's going to be there. But there's a reason why PayPal is allowing people, Shopify, all these places are allowing people to get paid in crypto, is because you get paid in crypto, it goes up over time. What other thing that you're doing, what type of business are you doing where you're getting paid in an asset that grows in value? A dollar declines in value, but you get paid in crypto and it goes up in value. One example is 50 Cent. 50 Cent had an album that came out, I think it was like 2013, 2014. And, no knock against 50 Cent, but I mean, I hadn't liked the 50 Cent song probably since, since I was in college. But off that album, he was accepting Bitcoin, and I think he made $50 million off of that album just over time. It wasn't in sales. It wasn't like he had buku sales, but just the crypto that he accepted just went up in value over time. So that's the power of getting paid or accepting crypto or having crypto rewards.
Okay.
All right. So this is another one that's called Helium. And I'm talking about these different projects because some people just lump crypto all together into one thing. Like, people talk about crypto like it's just one thing, like it's currency. And I don't like to say cryptocurrency too much because, yes, that's one aspect of it. But that would be like saying stock. I buy a stock. Okay, is that Apple stock? Is that Microsoft? Is that Walmart? Is that Lowe's? So the same thing is in crypto. Crypto has different applications. So Helium, for example, they have partnered with this network, and this network is expanding their 5G network. And so you can actually buy a Helium miner. It's a 5G hotspot. So you're providing 5G access to the network and you're getting paid in Helium token. And I started looking into this. They're sold out. I mean, there's a chip shortage, there's a supply shortage anyway, but it takes anywhere from 3 months to 6 months to get a Helium miner. They're only about $500. When I was looking at it, the price of a one Helium token was about $21. Now it's like $52 because they made this announcement, because more people are aware about it and demand is just so high. So some people on average are saying that they've been earning anywhere from a half to one Helium per day. So just imagine you're earning one Helium per day, and that's $50 per day.
Right. I got somebody asked a question. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Hirsch Rob, I'm off of YouTube watching. Thank you for watching the show. Is it better to keep all money you invest in crypto or move some of it back to the dollar after you hit an increase of investment? That's a good question.
Oh man, that's a great question. I'm gonna come back to that one. I'm gonna come back to that one. Now, let me write it down because I actually have some slides on.
You got some slides on that? Okay.
Yeah, rich profiles and how you should have, or how you may want to have your crypto and other investments spread out. So great question.
Just hold on for you to get your answer later on.
Yes.
But from my opinion, I think you should have money. Make sure you invest in multiple assets: real estate, crypto, stocks. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, everybody say diversify your portfolio, but
absolutely,
I think everything is. I think we eventually we're gonna get away from cash, physical cash, and everything will be all digital, just like we doing it with Cash App, PayPal, crypto. So that's my opinion.
Yeah. When my mama is using Cash App, that should tell you something. So
exactly.
You're headed in that direction. We're already in that direction.
Right. Exactly. Is in that.
Indeed.
All right. Go ahead.
So yeah, just wanted to touch on helium, and I'm gonna still look up that ICE for y'all. I'm a little embarrassed that I think it's International Continental Exchange, but
Yeah,
maybe that's
I forgot to say, I got it pulled up. It is,
all right.
well, I had it up. Oh no, actually, this is a company listed on a stock exchange. My bad. Hold on. I'm gonna find it. Go ahead.
All right, it's all good. All right, so Polkadot. Polkadot is another blockchain, and they have something that's called parachains. Now, this one I'm not gonna go all the way into it, but it's a little complex. But I just wanted to bring this up because again, there's different types of projects within crypto, and on Polkadot, there's different applications that are looking to launch on Polkadot. So they have this thing called crowd auctions, and basically what people are doing is they're buying one token and they're lending it to a project such as Akala or Moonbeam, Astar, some of these other ones. These projects are giving people back their token. So Akala has their own token, Moonbeam has their own, and they're taking your Polkadot, they're staking it for a period of time or binding it to the platform. After a certain period of time, you have both your tokens for the new project and you have your original tokens. So the money in crypto, or I should let me just say tokens. So the tokens that you get in crypto, they grow exponentially. So again, you have your original token, you're lending it to a protocol. The protocol is giving you tokens in return, and then after a certain period of time, you have both your original and the new ones. And this happens all the time. And I'm going to talk about airdrops in just a minute. And I mean, there's been times where I've opened up a wallet, and because I participated in a certain protocol or I've done certain things within a certain time, you're awarded additional tokens which go up in value over time. So this thing, it just doesn't happen. It's kind of like stock paying a dividend, if you want to compare it to a stock, or there's like a stock split, things of that sort. So that happens in blockchain, but you're awarded with different tokens, and those tokens have different value and different purpose. So I won't go deep into the parachain auctions, but it's something. This is not for a novice, not for somebody that's just starting out. There's a lot of risk in parachain auctions, but for those of you that are familiar with crypto, something that you might want to do some research on. Now, the metaverse. The metaverse is the talk of the town now. This is not new. I wanted to talk about this because some people have asked, well, is Facebook the metaverse? And I'm like, no. So they changed their name Meta because they know just how big the metaverse is going to be going forward. So I've been talking to people about this, and some people they kind of buy it. Some people are like, nah, this is not going to happen. But basically, it's the virtual world. You're talking about like the 3D world. So if you've seen Ready Player One, or if you've seen the movie Avatar, that's just kind of idea of what we're talking about. If you ever put on an Oculus or played any 3D games, people are going to have actual profiles and lives within a meta world. Now, some people are like, man, get out of here. That's not going to happen. But look, right now we're interacting on a 2D basis, but the meta world is going to be 3D. So we're already interacting online. And then when it comes to avatars, and we're going to touch on NFTs and how that plays into it in just a minute, but people already have a different life online. So there are people that you may have seen online before you met them in person. They got the filters, they have the makeup, they're suited, they may have $1 million, or they're in a vacation. People have online personalities and online images. So just imagine if you can have a 3D version of that, with 3D clothes, with 3D Louis Vuitton, with a 3D house, a 3D mansion, a 3D boat, a 3D Gucci bag. I mean, all the stuff that's in the physical world that you're interacting with is in the digital world. And like I said, we're already groomed for this with profiles and Instagram and TikTok, et cetera, et cetera. So Facebook is basically positioned themselves, because they have such a big market share. They're saying, okay, you interact with the metaverse through us. But no, there's a number of different metaverses. There's Decentraland, and that's this picture that I have up here. So Sotheby's is an actual museum in New York, and it's an auction house, right? But Sotheby's has a physical a digital representation in Decentraland, which is a metaverse. So you can go into the Sotheby's Museum. It's free to go on there. Just go to Decentraland. You can go in the metaverse, and in there they have, for example, Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt NFT album in there. So it's a one-of-one.
Wow.
It's the
That's
only
what's up.
album. Sotheby's has that displayed on the wall, so you can go in there and you can look at it just like you look at a museum. If you were to go to the High Museum, for example, you look around at art. Sotheby's has the same thing, and so I mean, there's auctions in there. Travis Scott, you know, he had well, maybe I shouldn't talk about Travis Scott right now. You know, he had a concert in the metaverse. I attended a concert in the metaverse. I attended conferences in the metaverse and met people from across the world in the metaverse, right? And so Microsoft, you know, when Facebook came out with that, Microsoft was like, oh yeah, so we're going to have digital workspaces in the metaverse. You know, so just like you might meet on Zoom or WebEx, or like we're meeting here through StreamYard, they're saying, oh, you're going to have your avatar, so your 3D representation, and you're going to look around and just go and look at the Microsoft metaverse and what they're offering. I mean, you're talking about presentations, like you can pull it up on your hand. So now we're going into like augmented reality. And then I have just this Nike swoosh, because Nike just filed their patents for their metaverse offering. So just imagine, you know, now there's a limited pair of Jordans that comes out, and the resale is just stupid. You know, first you can't get the drop as it is, and the resale is like 10x. Just imagine what a resale in a metaverse where millions of people or billions of people can see it. I mean, it's going to be out of here. So just kind of think about that for a minute and wrap your mind about where we're going. Now, I got some slides here on how we looking on time, Jared.
We good. We good.
Good. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna try to fly through the rest of these. So blockchain domains. So domains are kind of like real estate in the digital world. So if you think about google.com, for example, google.com could probably sell for $1 billion a day. Like, Google is synonymous with searching. When you go to the internet or you go to your phone, you're like, I'm gonna Google something. But that's not the actual word for searching for something. But Google they have solidified themselves as, you know, valuable property on the internet. So that's digital real estate. So there's blockchain domains, an NFT. So just like now, any of you who ever sent or received crypto, there's this long 24 character or 30 character, you know, 1ZBOOXYZ. And, you know, the first, I mean, even to this day, if I'm sending or receiving crypto, I get a little nervous, because if it's all by one character, your crypto is gone. You know, there's no number to call. There's no customer support. Your crypto is gone. So with blockchain domains, you can have, like, they have right here, smile.crypto. You can say, okay, send me my Bitcoin to smile.crypto or jared.crypto or jared.e. So this is totally changed the game. And is with unstoppable domains, for example, you can have 275 different currencies to come to your website domain, rather than having to worry about this long character that, you know, most people can't remember. And there's different ones. So there's FN, which is flow. Solana has theirs. Again, there's unstoppable. So you got like .crypto, .coin, .bitcoin, .x, etc. But one of the ones that made a lot of noise recently is ENS domain. So that's Ethereum domain. So a lot of people probably heard of Ethereum. It's the second largest token by market cap. And so people that had Ethereum ENS domains as of October 31st received the airdrop of ENS tokens. And some people got some that was worth 4,000. Some people got airdrops that was worth 10,000. There are some people that got $100,000 in airdrops. And airdrops happen all the time in crypto by interacting in the space. If you're an early adopter, you usually get rewarded. It's not all the time, but it happens quite a bit. So just got this tweet up here. This dude said that he successfully claimed 109 ENS tokens. It was worth $7,500 at the time, just for having his ENS domain at the time of the snapshot.
Are they still doing this deal? Are they still doing it?
No, you had, so for Ethereum, you had to have, for the ENS domains, you had to have that as of October 31st. Now, these other ones, that's all speculation, but because of that, people are like, all right, maybe I need to go to Flow. Maybe I need to go to Solana. Maybe I need to get my domain on Unstoppable, because if they ever do an airdrop, like ENS did, then I'm in the game. So not only just for the airdrops, but when you buy a domain on blockchain, you have it forever. So for any of you that have ever bought a website, you got to rent it. Basically, you have to rent that out and you have to pay for that domain name. And if you don't pay it, if you let it lapse, then somebody else can buy your domain name. But on the blockchain, once you miss something on the blockchain, it's forever. You pay for it one time, it's yours forever. So I invite you to go get your name, get your name .eth, get your name .so, get your name, because somebody else can buy your name and then it's theirs forever. You can't buy it back. So get your digital real estate. Another form of digital real estate, one that I'm a big fan of, is NBATopShot.com. So
wait, one question.
Yes, sir.
How does someone, because I know probably people think you probably access it like just going to our regular website. How do people access blockchain websites?
Yeah, so with ENS, with one thing that they've done recently is they allow a mirror or a forward or a redirect to a .com. So let's say you have a .com already, you can buy your ENS domain and you can redirect it to your .eth. So that way people can send, if you already have your like LagNetTap.com, if you want to start accepting crypto through that, you hook your wallet up to that, and they can send Bitcoin right to that wallet, right to your website. So
they're the only ones that do that?
No, Unstoppable does that as well. So they do redirects. Yep. So you don't have to necessarily put the .eth or the .so in the web browser. If you already have, you're following, you don't want to change, you can have a redirect on there. Okay. So that's a way to do it. All right. So NFTs. NFTs has been the talk of the town. That's really where a lot of the volume is coming to crypto. A lot of people still don't get it. Like, okay, why would I? So this, for example, right now, like something like this would sell for like 500 grand. There's this is Bored Ape Yacht Club, and these are NBA Top Shots. I mean, they're Top Shot moments. Some of these are selling for over $1 million. Now, people are like, man, I can just look at this on YouTube at any time. Like, why would I spend all this money on it? Again, it's space on the blockchain. So you're exchanging crypto for another piece of space on the blockchain, and each NFT has its own digital fingerprint. So it's uniquely identified on chain. And also a lot of NFTs, they give you utility. So they may give you access to special events. They may give you access to private discords. They may give you access to merchandise, so on and so forth. So that's kind of like the fun side of NFTs, right? But there's another side, ID 2020, for example. They're looking at giving NFTs for your ID cards, for like a driver's license, for your vaccination records, for school IDs. So there's a whole side of NFTs that we really haven't seen. But just think about anything that's one for one: your high school diploma, your social security record, all of your credit report. All these things can be NFTs because they're unique to you. So just kind of broaden your space and think about how that can interact with the metaverse. So hopefully all of this is tied in together.
I also heard that Nike put in a patent for NFT.
Yeah.
So people can verify their Nike products. So you won't get bamboozled and get those fake Jordans people be rocking.
That's
you
right.
Verify with an NFT for Nike. So
exactly.
So more and more Fortune 500 companies are investing in NFT space. So don't be surprised when you see it more and more.
Exactly. Yeah, Nike just made the news recently, but there's Louis Vuitton is in the space, Burberry is in the space, Marathon Clothing, Nipsey, Hustles, Dolce and Gabbana. I mean, they're already in the space. That's why I just get lost in the space. You'd be surprised what you see. So I wanted to play this here. I don't know if y'all remember that movie. I'm gonna get you sucker, right? But it's a lot of flexing in crypto, right? It's a lot of people that just came up real quick. Sometimes this might be the first investing that some people have done. I mean, there's people that's 14 years old that are millionaires off of crypto, right? So now Coinbase, for example, is doing this thing like Coinbase Profile, and the Tentry, which is an ID token, they're allowing you to show your profile on Twitter. Now, that's okay, but why would you want to share how much? Well, Coinbase is saying you're not going to share how much you have, but you can share with other people. I have Bitcoin, XRP, Litecoin, Ethereum, et cetera, just with your friends online. And your crypto profile on Twitter, all your NFTs you have, your .eth, your .sol, all that stuff, you can put that on your Twitter profile. So it's just like a new form of flexing and stunting. But my thing is, you can still be touched. You know, when it comes to your bank account, nobody talks about their bank account and say, you know, I got $20,000 in this account at Chase and I go there on Friday. But in crypto, people do it all the time. I mean, they like, I have 20,000 of this token. And so people are just going, they like, oh, you got 20,000 of that token? That token is $10 a piece. Oh, I'm gonna get them. So just be careful. You know, you do what you want with your money, but be really careful about flexing. But it's going to happen. People flex in real life, they're going to flex online. But just a warning, people have gotten touched, people have gotten robbed, killed, and people get hacked all the time. I mean, hacking just in the regular world is just rampant. So imagine how it is in crypto when there's nobody that you can call to help you out. So just be careful, y'all. Be careful with the flexing. All right, I got a few more slides there, and you can cut me off if you need to, Jerry. I know you want to get to Q&A as well. Gotcha. But Shiba, people text me about Shiba.
Shiba, gotta get the money. Gotta get the money.
People text about Shiba, and so I got my own personal feelings about Shiba, so I won't tell you what you do with your Shiba. But you know, people are like, man, you know, there was somebody who bought $5,000 worth of Shiba last year. $30,000 worth of Shiba, and now it's worth $5.4 billion. So people are like, man, I'm gonna put these $10 in the Shiba, and I'm gonna just come up. But we're gonna touch on that in just a minute. So I do have a video. I just want to talk about Shiba. Will it make you rich? Maybe, maybe not. So that's on my channel. But I brought up Shiba because you just got to be careful about getting rich quick. Anytime somebody is just like, man, I made $1 million in 10 days, it can't happen in crypto. You know, I'm not gonna say it doesn't happen, it's not legit. But Squid Game token came out. Now this had nothing to do with the actual Squid Game. You know, Squid Game went crazy on Netflix, but somebody
I heard about this. This is crazy. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
These people made the Squid Game token, and people were piling in. The Squid Game token went up 110,000% in a few days, right? So people just going nuts. They just going crazy. However, it was a scam. It was called a rug pull. So all these people put all this money into Squid Game token. It went up 110,000% in a week, and it was locked out. The people ran off with the money. Twitter profile was gone. Website was gone. So I'm not saying that Shiba is like that. That's not what I'm saying. But you're going to see a lot of advertising, especially in this type of market, where people are just like, man, you can make $1 million in this token. You know, in this anything that sounds like a Ponzi. It's more like there's a Ponzi. So there's Ponzi's in stock. There's Ponzi in crypto. So just be careful. I just wanted to bring that up. And I'm not saying Shiba fam, Shiba army, whatever y'all is, don't come for me. I'm just saying, just be careful.
Yeah, Shiba on me.
So I just wanted to talk about this real quick in regards to Shiba. So circulating supply, two things there's more than two things that you need to know, but market cap, circulating supply. So why is Bitcoin $60,000? There's only going to be 21 million ever, right? This line here, this bar, there's a stopping point. Ones that don't have a bar, there's no cap on it. So they're inflationary tokens. They can keep printing these over time. So Shiba, for example, there's 549 trillion, 55,952,729,359, and that's why it's 0.00004. So in order for this 0.4 to go up to 0.1, basically another 50 trillion or so needs to go into Shiba alone. Now, the market cap of all the crypto is 2.6 trillion. And there's a little over $1 trillion in Bitcoin. So you would have to argue that Shiba is 50 times more valuable than Bitcoin. There's a value proposition for it to be more valuable than USDC, than Polkadot, XRP, Cardano, Solana, Ethereum, Bitcoin. All right. So just think about that for a minute. I mean, Apple, I think, is a $2 trillion company. Is Sheba more valuable than Apple? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be the next US dollar. So Sheba Army, just think about that. Now, one thing we want you to be is successful. For those of you who are just getting into crypto, this may be your first time or you're thinking about it, 80% drop in crypto, that's kind of normal. All right. So I got into crypto right here, right in 2017. I saw it going crazy. I said, man, I'm going to jump in too. And it went up and it went up. And boy, did it go down. And so this is 18, 19. For years, it went down and down and down and down. So a down market in crypto, a crypto winter, I mean, you're talking about a year, 2 years. So to think about that, you know, everything is going up. They're talking about Bitcoin going to go to 1,000. It just might, but it can very well go back down to 25,000 and sit there for 2 or 3 years. So can you stomach that?
You mean 100,000? You said 1,000.
100? What I said?
You said 1,000. You mean
100? Yeah. I mean, it can go to 1,000 too.
Yeah, it could go back to 1,000.
but people are calling for 100,000 Bitcoin. That's a target that I kind of have in my mind as well. However, after that, you know, people are going to take profits. Institutions are going to take profits. If you bought a Bitcoin at 1,000, it hits 100,000, it would be in your, you know, right. It'd be kind of expectation to take profit. So that happens in crypto. And boy, when it falls, it falls. So set a price target, pull the trigger. Set a price target, pull the trigger. You have to be disciplined in this because when it stings, man, it stings. And you can see a 30% drop in a day. So I'm gonna fly through this real quick. We had a question about, you know, should I keep it all in crypto, this and that? You got to think about what type of investor you are. If you're really risk adverse, don't touch crypto because you're not going to be able to sleep. You're just not going to get any rest because it can be up 10% one day, down 20% the next. You're just going to have a headache. If you are this conservative person right here and you want 25% in cash, 55% in bonds, and 20% in stock, crypto is not for you. If you are aggressive, even moderately aggressive, you got 6% in stocks, 35% in bond, or if you're 70% stock, 80% stock, then you have a stomach for crypto. Crypto is not for somebody that's highly conservative. If you're risk averse, I would not recommend it. Now, how much should I put in crypto? So you want to be diversified. You know, Jared talked about that already. So you should have outside of crypto, long-term investments, your stocks and bonds, so long-term savings, I should say, stocks and bonds, maybe 20% in crypto, 20% in cash, 20% in real estate. So you still want to be diversified because you don't know the crypto market is going to be down, the stock market is going to be down, the real estate is going to be up or down, your bonds. I mean, everything ebbs and flows. Everything is up right now. I don't know whether, the bubble is everywhere. So it's at some point we know it's going to pop. But you want to be diversified. So when something is up, the other is down. Now, for those of us that are really aggressive, you know, people that like crypto, we're pretty aggressive. So we may have a higher percentage of our portfolio in crypto because of the gains. And then some of that may be in stock, long-term investments, cash, and real estate. And this is going to change. So if the market is up in one area, your portfolio should change at all times. So that's why it's important to talk to a financial advisor that knows crypto and real estate and other assets and is not just adverse to one and like one or the other. And then even within crypto itself, if you're conservative, you may want to have 25% stablecoin, 25% Bitcoin, 25% Ethereum, 25% in other layer ones or twos. But if you're aggressive, you might want to do a lot of DeFi. You might want to do a good bit in ETH and Bitcoin, some in NFTs, other than layers. So these are not something that you should live by, but it just kind of gives you an idea of, okay, how should I arrange my portfolio? All right. So that's it for the presentation. Please, like and subscribe to this channel here, but also Metarise as well. So that's all I got. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I can get to it.
All right. That was a fire presentation. People watching, if you got any questions, make sure you type it in there. I'll wait for some other type of question and I'll say a few things. So if you're looking to get into crypto, make sure you do your due diligence and make sure you do your research. If you want to take a stab at it, I guess I asked Winston, what coins would you recommend someone who's a beginner? Myself, I'm still a newbie to crypto. I've been trading for over a year and a half now, so I got experience in trading. But I'm just recently got into crypto, maybe about 4 or 5 months ago. So, what would you tell a newbie what coins to get into? How much should they invest? What are your recommendations? I know
Yeah,
you say get away from Shibu. Well, invest at your own risk of Shibu.
yeah. I mean, all of it really. Invest in your own do your own research. Please do that. But for people that's looking to get in, build your base with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Those are the two largest tokens by market cap, and even in the stock market. So the more volume and the more market cap that's into a stock, the less volatile it becomes over time. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are still relatively real, volatile, because the market cap again is only $2 trillion. And I'm saying only, but I mean that's a lot of money. But relative to it's like the stock market, there's hundreds of trillions of dollars in the stock market. So it's a Walmart stock is not going to move like a Tesla stock, for example. But if you're building your base, Bitcoin and Ethereum, one, because at this point Bitcoin is kind of like a household name. So if anything else, even people that are in crypto, a lot of people that we might dabble in DeFi, we might dabble in other things. Even people that have Shiba, they cycle back into Bitcoin. They trade, they get their profits, and they go back into Bitcoin. So yeah, there you go. So
I want to show y'all. Yeah, you can see right here. I'm on a website called coin360.com. And I like it because it gives you like a heat map, a virtualization of the crypto market.
Mm-hmm.
Like Winston was saying, you see Bitcoin got most of that, as you can see, 44% of the market. And then Ethereum got the next biggest, only with almost 5% of the market. And then you got all the other ones right there. So you can look at Coin 360. Also, what I like about it is you could this gives you the performance in different days. You can do it in hold on 1 second, let me get over there. You can go by a day, you can go by 7 days, you can see the switch. You can see it's after a week from now, a week earlier, it was 6% down, or you can go a whole month, you can do custom dates. You can see Ethereum is up 11% a month. So this is a cool website if you need virtual, because I'm a visual learner myself. So I find this site very, very helpful, as well as this one, because I got Winston told me about this when he's on my show, cointelegraph.com. What I like about them is they give you, if you're a trade person like I am, they give you the charts. They give you recommended like when you should get in, when they think it might go below or high, when is it fluctuating, if it hits a certain mark, when you might be able to get in using different type of trading techniques. So that's cointelegraph.com. So that's what I wanted to show you right now, because we're almost touching the hour. I was trying to keep this show on the hour. I'm trying to see nobody asking no questions. I'm very surprised. I only got that one question. But I bet you're gonna ask me maybe one questions after we end this thing. We're gonna text us, but what about this? What about this?
Oh yeah. That's all good. No, that's actually two really good websites that you pulled up there. The 360, I mean, it had, as you can see, Bitcoin is the most dominant player in the space. So definitely want to recommend that. And Sol, we touched on Sol earlier, so that has quite a bit of space. We talked about Polkadot, it's right there. And so those are I would say your layer ones is kind of like your base. So Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana, Polkadot, Cardano, those are your layer ones. And then other ones is, Shiba shit. I can't tell you what to do with your money, but I wouldn't put 100% of my holdings in the Shiba, because it's just, I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen, right? you just don't know. Now, technical analysis is not my strong suit. My boy Justin, he is awesome with technical analysis. However, it is a really good skill to learn. I mean, there's so many different things that you can look at from a technical side, and you can look at charts, and you can trade crypto just like anything else. And
That's
that's,
pretty
you know,
cool.
exactly.
Yeah, there's another cool thing about Cointelegraph. You can click on it, and TradingView is another charting website people use for stocks as well as cryptocurrency. But on this site, you can just click on it, and you can see the charts from 1 day, 5 day, 1 month, just like you do in stocks. So this site is very, very good for crypto traders.
Now, there's something that's a little deeper too. It's
What site
called
is that?
on-chain analysis. And so, you know, you have your the great thing about blockchain is that if it's a public blockchain, if it's a truly decentralized blockchain, you can see everything on chain. So on-chain analysis will be looking at, okay, things like, okay, how many wallets are there for a specific blockchain? You know, what's the what you can look at things like for like grayscale for, well, no, that's not a good example. But on-chain analysis actually looks at the blockchain itself and it gives you graphs. So one site would be like Into the Block would be a website. There's something that's called Glassnode. Glassnode gives you all different kinds of charts like stock to flow. They show you how much, for example, Ethereum is on the exchange, how much Bitcoin is on the exchange, how much has been moved in a certain day. And so you can come up with different indicators just from looking at the actual blockchain itself and seeing what's happening there. Now, I am not the charting expert at all, so I won't even act like I am. But there's some really good, really good channels out there, like But Would You, for example, is a really good channel for charting and how to.
All right. I see nobody have any comments. So I guess we could wrap it up because we don't want to give y'all too much information because when it comes to crypto, blockchain, and we ain't really even talk about FinTech yet.
Right.
That's not more my arena. I like FinTech. We didn't even talk about that. So I'm telling y'all, make sure y'all subscribe to us on Instagram. We're on Facebook. About to hopefully I create the YouTube channel for the Crypto Connection. Hopefully have that up and running later this week. Me and Winston came together forming this. This is our first show. I really appreciate his presentation. As always, fire as usual. So make sure if you have any questions or comments, put them in the chat even after the show because I know y'all gonna text us or hit us up later after because y'all always do. It doesn't fail. It doesn't fail. I'm telling you, they always do. So can you let the people know where they can follow you at? Since you have a name change, used to be something else, now you metaverse. Let people know where they can follow you at.
All right, so Buckley Tech Services is basically where you can find me on YouTube and Theta and Twitter. So if you look for Buckley Tech Services, you're going to see that everywhere. But again, we are rebranding to MetaRise, so you'll slowly start to see the name change. But in the meantime, Buckley Tech Services, and you can go to www.buckleytechservices.com, and all my information is there if you want to reach out for individual or group counseling sessions.
All right. And I just recently launched my new website. It's langandlegends.com. You can follow me on everything on there. You just go to that website and everything is there. IG, previous podcasts, previous YouTube videos. Make sure you check out the episode I did with him. I can't remember the number. I think it was like 70 something. I can't think of the top of my head, but that was one of my best episodes right there. So make sure you follow us on Facebook, like I said, Instagram, YouTube channels coming up soon. Just be on the lookout for our new episodes. Make sure you subscribe and follow to us on all our platforms. We'll be giving you new information on our platforms as well as this new show that we created together. So I want to thank Winston for making this dream come true. Appreciate your time. Thank you all for everybody listening. Oh, hold on. Got a comment. What is this? Hold on. Oh, thank you, Christopher. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
So thank y'all for watching. Make sure you follow us. We'll be back. If you know we want to come on again, subscribe. All right. Any last words, Winston?
No, just I just invite people to get lost in the space, execute, do your research, and just read. I mean, just really be open-minded, because whether we like it or not, we're going to the metaverse and crypto and blockchain. I mean, that's where we are. So just give us some space.
And on one last note, when somebody's on TV telling you that crypto is a bad idea, a bad investment, these are the same people who are buying it up right now. After they telling you right now, don't buy it, it's a bad asset, but they're the ones buying it up. I remember, I think it was Chase Bank CEO who was saying, "Oh, crypto is a bad investment."
Yep.
And Chase is in the space.
Yep.
So that lets you know right there.
Exactly.
If somebody is telling you on TV that it's a bad investment, don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And what was the other person you said? The other financial person? David Ramsey.
Yeah. Now see, I think he really he for real. That's
the one who wrote
Financial Peace University and
what was the name of his book? I can't remember his name of his book.
Yeah, that's one of them. He has
Rich Dad Poor Dad.
No, that's Kiyosaki. So Kiyosaki.
Okay, all right, never mind.
He's in Bitcoin.
All right. So just be aware. Whoever's on social media telling you don't buy crypto, don't listen to them. Crypto is the next digital age. Like we at the infancy stage of it right now. So if you get in right now, tell me, you build a generation as well.
One last thing, I promise. I was listening to this show. It's called, I think it's All In Podcast. It's these billionaires. They have a show together, right? These billionaires, they're just talking about stuff. Now, one thing that they were saying that the smartest people in the world, Bezos, Elon, they're selling quite a bit of their stock and going into cash, and they're buying crypto. So if you have Tim Cook at Apple, you got Bezos, you got Elon buying crypto and selling quite a bit of their shares and going into cash. I'm not smarter than them, but just follow the money. Ray Dalio, you're starting to see people hedging against inflation, moving out of the US dollar is not by accident. So pay off your debt, find hedges for inflation, invest.
Right. Oh, damn, I got one more thing too. This is gonna be the last comment. I really believe that all of the companies you just said, like Tesla, Apple, Amazon, they are hiring people. I don't know about Tesla, but I know Amazon and Apple are hiring people from the crypto field because Apple and Amazon are going to create their own crypto. They're gonna get into space. It makes sense for them to get into it. And once they get in, once they make their coin, it's gonna be a whole different ball game. So hope y'all like what we presented to you all tonight. Make sure you follow, subscribe, and like us. See you next time. Peace. We out.
Peace.